let's get straight to it with the University of Louisville with their first game of the season against a nationally ranked opponent looming ahead Saturday in South Bend. The Louisville football team finds itself up to number 15 in the AP poll released yesterday. Notre Dame is at number 16. Fighting Irish still open 4.5-point favorites. It's up to 5. Jeff Brom says last year's win might give a little extra motivation to Notre Dame. Let's hear what Jeff Brom said a little bit about Notre Dame when he spoke to us today.
Last year we, just played very efficient football. They turned it over a lot, which really hurt them. The game was still close for a while until we broke a couple runs that really shifted the momentum to us. So, with Notre Dame, it's important to figure out a way to get a lead and to make them do some things that they're not as comfortable doing. And when you do that, then you can create a little bit of advantage. But until then, they're very talented, and they're going to challenge you, and it's going to be a tough game for us.
All right, 5-point underdogs. What's Louisville got to do to win this game and improve to 4-0?
I'm just going to default back to last season, Eric, and they won that game last year because they were physically tougher than Notre Dame was. They had 185 yards rushing, which was the second most Notre Dame gave up all season, and they only allowed Notre Dame, I think, to run for 44 or 45 yards, which is the only time all year Notre Dame was under 125 yards. Notre Dame has no margin for errors because they lost that game to Northern Illinois. To make the college football playoffs without being part of a conference, they can't afford to lose another game. And I'm sure they're tired of hearing about the win that Louisville had last year, and then they stormed the field. And they've played better, their best football, against better competition. They were actually booed at home again last Saturday when they didn't play great against Miami of Ohio. So Louisville is going to have to run the ball and be physically dominant on the lines of scrimmage.
Yeah, and they weren't that against Georgia Tech. They had trouble. They didn't even barely 2 yards a carry against Georgia Tech. Very unusual for a team that was averaging 8 yards a carry, second in the country going into that game. One thing I think is in Louisville's favor is that I don't think if you're Louisville, there's any pressure on you in this game. Louisville's got a great opportunity. They go in and win the game. They're national. They just keep rising in the national esteem. Obviously, they did that with the Georgia Tech win.
Right.
If they lose, what if they lost? They haven't lost any. They can still win in the ACC.
Sure.
They've got Miami coming to their place. They go to Clemson. They could still get to the ACC championship game, could still go to the college football playoff. I think they just want to go in and play well. A lot of question marks with injuries and things for them, but not a lot of pressure in this game. So I think that's good for them.
And the one thing we need to mention is the Cards will be without Jaden Thompson, their second best receiver. He's out for the year with a knee injury. And Quincy Riley, their best cornerback, will be a game-time decision.
You can catch every episode of Overtime on WDRB+.
Download the app on your phone or TV today.